I feel like we know the drill here. Hi, hello, and welcome to the Fluffy Tail household, where there's nothing but good fuzzy vibes here. I feel like I wear this all the time. It's just a really cozy outfit for summer, but anyway, I digress. So today we're gonna start on something new. Now, every year I try to pick a big project out of the small projects I've been doing. So if you guys have been following this channel, I've done 2 projects so far, which is the Alone cosplay from Little Nightmares 3 and the medley cosplay from Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. So we're gonna start on a new one though, and this is from an older anime. I feel like people don't know it, but hopefully if you do, that's awesome. It is Rozen Maiden. So I've been wanting to do this cosplay forever, and it's one of my favorite characters from Rozen Maiden, Suigintou. Suigintou is my favorite character. Everything about her, her backstory, her look. I just love her so much, and I've been waiting to do this cosplay for years, and now I'm finally gonna tackle it. So as always, in any of these builds, we're gonna start off with the top pieces. So in this video, we're gonna do the wig, the headband, and the neck piece. I'm only doing these for this video because I have a lot planned for this cosplay. There's a lot that's gonna go into it, and I don't want to stuff it all into like a couple of one video, you know. I want it to be more than a couple, maybe like 6 videos. We'll see, just because there's a lot that goes into it. But anyway, enough yapping. Let's get started. Welcome back to my bathroom. I know we're in here quite a bit, especially for wig prep stuff. This is the only place in my house that I can do it, so yeah, this is what you get. Okay, I brushed her out enough. I tried to get at least the big old knots out. I did brush this wig before I put it back in the bag, but that is okay. She is going to get a little hair trim anyway. Suigintou's hair is not that long. It maybe goes to her shoulders at best. So I am going to trim a lot of this off, which that's fine. And yeah, I'll do that. I'm like trying to think about it. I'll do that after I'm done crimping and everything though, making sure that it's straight, because right now it's curly, like the wig came curly. So I need to make it all straight because Suigintou's hair is completely straight. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna bust out the crimper and straighten. Okay, she's all crimped. That took a really long time, a couple of hours, honestly. But she's good. She's good. I'm gonna start cutting off the hair length here, and then I will go to the bangs afterward. So, as you can see, her hair is like mid back length, and her bangs aren't too extravagant. They're pretty simple. I noticed my wig on the top is pretty thin. That is totally a-okay because this little headband is going to cover that. So I'm just really concerned about the back and the shape of the wigs, or the bangs. Shape of the wigs. Shape of the bangs. I'm pretty sorry about that. Shape of the bangs. So I'm going to try to get started on that. Looks really nice. Honestly, that looks really good. I tried to make it as even as possible. Some parts, maybe not so even, but it's good enough. Like I said, I'm not gonna do anything totally extravagant. I don't really have that skill base, especially with wigs. I'm just gonna try to make it as simple as possible. So with all that hair cut off, which is good because like a lot of that was burnt to a crisp. This wig is a good wig. I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with it. Just a little thin. If I wanted to get like a really expensive wig, I probably would have went to Arta. I just got this one off of Amazon. But you know what? It works fine. Like, there's things that are going to go on the hair, and I think once I style the bangs, it's going to look really, really nice. So, I think that looks good. I'm glad I cut a lot of it off. So yeah, we're going to move on to the bangs. The marking really helped last time with the cutting, so I'm going to do the same thing again. And that's where I'm going to cut at. I think that's good, and the length I think I'm really happy with. I don't want to do any more, but yeah, I'm going to fiddle around with this a bit, and then we'll get to cutting. Okay, I chopped off quite a bit. I'm gonna start styling at least these parts because I know these parts are good. This part I'm gonna wait on until I can measure it to my face and then style out the bangs from there. So, I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up, and then I'm gonna pull out the hairdryer and the spray and start going in with that. Okay, I'm actually not hating it. It actually looks really decent. I tried my best with the swoopies. I think they look fine. I'm gonna trim up the bangs though. Well, they're already trimmed, but I'm just gonna clean them up because there are pieces falling out of them. I need to brush them. I was just like freehand cutting them for a bit, but I think it looks pretty decent. Let me get it all the way on my head because I feel like it's not all the way on my head. Yeah, there we go. But cutting more off was the right call. So now it's like definitely mid-back like I wanted it, so definitely right call. You guys, this doesn't look half bad at all. Like, this actually looks really good. For what I was trying to accomplish, I think I did alright. Alright, for you guys it's only been like a second. For me it's been like 3 weeks, but I'm ready to get back to it. So I'm gonna measure where I want the little headband to go. Now her headband doesn't go all the way. It like stops like a little bit above her ears. So I'm gonna use the mirror right here and see where I want this. I got a little tiny measuring tape, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, the way I want to construct this headband is I want it to be a fashion layer, felt, Pelion, felt, lining layer. This is a piece of Pelion. I had it in my stash for like ever, or interfacing, whatever you want to call it. I feel like I'm saying the name wrong too. Let's just call it interfacing for the sake of everybody here. So I'm going to measure out to 10 inches. I'm just drawing on this with a pencil, by the way. So 10. We're going to find the middle, which is going to be the 5-inch. And then from there, it did measure out to 4. Now, this might be a little bit difficult. I might just have to do it like this and do it up to 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make this even. So I want this to be a little curve. And I'm just eyeballing this. Maybe the 4 was a bit too big. I think it was a bit much. I think that looks pretty good. And in the next clip, we're going to figure out how to do these loopies. I'm going to do them out of embroidery floss. I saw a video on Instagram that I really liked, and I've never done this before, but I decided to make my own trim because honestly I could not find trim for this cosplay or trim that I liked. So we're making our own trim here. But yeah, that's what you guys will see in the next clip.
So far, I'm pretty impressed with myself. This is just with embroidery, so these are all embroidered. I will put the link down below. I tried to film it. I can't really film it or do it as well as the person I got it from. So again, link will be down below. As you can see, all the layers are here. I got the middle layer, the two sandwich layers, and then these are the fashion and the lining layer. So when I put it together, it's gonna be like putting together a little sandwich. But I will get to that part when we get to that part.
Do we see the vision? Do we see it? So it's going pretty well. All right, so what I did is I had a knot at the back, so I pulled the string through, or the floss, I should say, the embroidery floss. Let's use right terminology here. I pulled the embroidery floss through, and these little notches where I marked, I basically put the needle in sideways, pulled it out to make this like bridge. Now I am putting the needle in to make another bridge. So now that I got two loops like this together, I'm going to take the needle, pull it through, and I'm using my finger on the other side as kind of a stopper. Loop the needle through that loop, pull it all the way through. And I want to make sure this loop is going to go to the bottom, right here at the very edge of my fabric piece. Now the loops look uneven. That is okay, because you're going to keep knotting it together. So, loop, needle, and as you can see, it starts creating little knots around the bridges. I know it's really hard to see the loops because they're so small and tiny, but basically it's just me making two loops and circling around them a bunch of times. But anyway, this is what it looks like so far. I know it looks a little messed up from the way I was holding it, but once those other two layers are on it, it's gonna look really good. don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a black grosgrain ribbon across the headband. I picked this one so it can stand out from this satin black, because I do have another satin black ribbon that matches this, but I don't want it to get lost inside the pattern, I guess. I'm also gonna line this with beads. So as you can see, I cut out some ribbon. I'm making ribbon roses for this project, so I have 4 of them to make. I'm just making one right now for the headband. I'm following a tutorial on YouTube. I will link the tutorial in the description, but I'll just kind of do a speed through on here of the same tutorial I'm following. Ta-da! She's very pretty. I like her. I'm gonna clean her up a bit and then attach her to my headband. So as you can see, the headband is starting to come together now. I'm really liking it. I'm starting on the beading on the edge. Please focus, camera. There you go. But there's the beading, and the only reason I'm doing the beading is to define this middle ribbon just a little bit more and give it a little bit more oomph. I'm hoping to present this on stage, so it also will give it a little sparkle, because these are little seed beads, and they give off a little shimmer, a little shine. So I'm going to continue with that. I've got to say, with how absolutely thrilled I am the way this piece turned out, it is so cute. The beading helped so much. It added so much little detail that just really helped it like stand, and the ribbon rose, still my favorite. I still think it looks so good on top of this piece, and this piece is officially done. So the little clips that I sewed into it didn't work out well. I just ended up tacking it to the wig. Honestly, I wasn't gonna use this wig for anything else, so I'm pretty glad that it worked out. And especially performance-wise, if I'm on stage and moving around, it won't slip off. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take this piece of fabric and wrap it around my neck so I can get the collar piece. I want the collar piece to be flush. So I think I'm going to end it right there. And mark around. Okay. And now I want to like bring it down to about here. Bring it up. I'm kind of like rough marking it. Let's see. It looks a little dumb. But I think once I get like the actual shape, I think that's what I'm going to go with. And then I'm going to double that shape. So I'm going to basically have it like open And then when I sew the fabric together, I can fold it over the Pelion inside, because I'm also going to be sewing loops to the Pelion as well. So I know it looks a little flimsy because this is a scrap piece of fabric, but this is the pattern I'm going with. I added seam allowance, so it does look a little bunched up right now, but when I do it on the actual pattern and then add the Pelion inside, it'll actually like stiffen it out, and then when I fold the fabric up into itself and hand stitch it, because I hand stitched all the fabric around the headpiece. Want to see me sew really fast? Want to see me do it again? I gave it a quick iron to flatten out the piece, and oh my gosh, you guys, it is just so pretty. Like, I am loving the fabric I picked more and more. Like, if you didn't see my AX vlog, I went to Mood Fabrics and I'm just in love with this fabric. There is a name for this stitch, but I don't remember what it is. I would have to consult my old sewing book guide that I've had forever. But basically, just big old tacking stitches. This is going on the inside, so I don't need it to look all fancy or anything. Just as a thing to give it a little bit more structure, even though like this fabric felt pretty structured. But yeah, just to give it a bit more. So, like before, I placed my little interfacing inside my fabric. Now I'm going to fold up each end of the fabric and sew it down, just like I did with the headband. Again, I'm not going to do that on camera. It's just too hard to film. And all it is a straight stitch. I'm not doing any special stitch or anything, so I will get back to you after that, because then we just need to do the hook and eye and sew on the ribbon, and this part will be finished. Now, the hook and eyes, they are stark white, but that is okay because there's going to be a giant ribbon covering them. Not really giant, but like I will make it so that the bow basically covers it. Alright, you guys, this is it. This is what I have so far. The wig is fully done, the headband is fully done, and the choker little collar thing is fully done. I am so happy with it. Like, I am so proud of myself for like just doing this like so professional. I feel professional in this one. Like, this feels like my most professional cosplay that I've done to date. Like, my Alice one, I loved my Alice one. Like, I feel like I did a good job on that one, but this one I feel like I'm actually taking my time and just doing things that I wouldn't normally do, especially with the trim making. Like, I can't even tell that this is handmade trim. It looks like store-bought trim. Like, I really want to pat myself on the back here, not to totally, you know, pump myself up there, but like, I don't know, I'm just really proud of this one. So far this is gonna be it for now. In the next video we will start working on the under clothing. I need a under bust corset. And then I need a hoop skirt and I need bloomers. So we're gonna make all that in the next video before we actually get started on like the full-on outfit. But anyway, you guys, that's it for today, and I hope you guys are having a good day. I'll see y'all later. Bye!